All right, welcome to the 2024 IGEN competition. Thank you for being here. My name is Mr. Jensen, and I am the IGEN lead for the 2024 IGEN Challenge. This is my third year, and I am just so grateful to have been able to host this or lead this again for the third year. Before I begin, this is our plan for the evening. So we'll start with a land acknowledgement, and then I would like to thank the sponsors, introduce the finale judges, say a few things. I'll keep it real short, I promise. And then I'm gonna have two of my favorite students tucked away in the back there come up and say something, and then we will get right into it. There will be 8 pitches, 4 pitches in a row. We'll take a quick pitches, and then we will have our keynote speaker, Mr. Lance Preeb, will come up and share some insight for 10-15 minutes, followed while the judges deliberate, and then we will announce the top teams. We're gonna have a real good time tonight, so thank you again for being here. So let's begin. First, I'd like to acknowledge that the IGEN finale tonight takes place on the unceded traditional territory of the Okanagan Silex people, and we regard it as a privilege to be able to live, work, and learn on this amazing land. I have to feel like last year I didn't necessarily do the best job of that. Not that it's about me by any means, and that's why I'm gonna keep it real short, but the COEDC, every year, we're so grateful for it. I'm gonna embarrass Krista Mallory in the front row here in the white, and I just wanna say, without our sponsors, they're such an integral part of this, and year in, year out, we really wanna thank the COEDC for your steadfast support, so thank you, Krista. This year, M&P also again this year, major sponsor. Very grateful for their support. They were with us last year, and what a blessing to have them with us again. Fifth Avenue Property, that's a new sponsor, and the Okanagan Rotary Club of Kelowna, the Ogopogo. They were with us before and they've come back, and so I just wanted to say thank you to M&P, Fifth Avenue Properties, and the Ogopogo Rotary Club of Kelowna. So thank you very much. Keep those hands warmed up. I would also like to thank Doak Sheriff, the Economic Trust of the Southern Interior, I know them as ETSI, Weeby, those 3 sponsors as well. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this, so thank you very much. This year, well, I couldn't figure out how to, I tried this afternoon. It's kind of symmetrical. I really, listen, it's gonna sound like I'm kissing butt here, but I can't do it without the CEO and Superintendent of Central Okanagan Schools. Mr. Superintendent Cardell has been awesome for this program. Kelowna, I said it last year, since 2018, Kelowna has had the highest per capita rates of entrepreneurship in the entire country, specifically located in the Mission, but in terms of the city, no one beats Kelowna, and your support, you have been so good to entrepreneurship that I'm telling you, you'll see it down the roads. You'll see it down the road, all the entrepreneurs that come out of this competition. It's really a cool thing to behold, so thank you very much, Superintendent Cardell. One of our judges. I also have, I've already embarrassed her enough, so I won't go over it, the COEDC's Krista Mallory. She's here every year. We're really grateful for your time, so thank you for being here. And last but not least, our guest judge this year, if you will, stuck in the middle of these two, is the Honorable Renee Merrifield, MLA for Kelowna Mission. So thank you for being here. On a more personal, I work with these, I'm a teacher, so I think that's what I am. And the support of we have 4 high schools that support this competition in a very real way. OCAM, Mount Boucherie, Rutland Senior, and George Eliot. And the teachers at those 4 schools, so Kevin McDowell at Mount Boucherie, Sydney Giesbrecht at RSS, I don't want to forget anybody, Nicole Fedque at OCAM, and Bennett Ford at George Eliot. Without you, this would not be where it is. You 4 teachers are amazing. So there they are. Thank you. And last but not least, I have to thank my 2 ladies behind the scenes. I will thank Jill. I don't work with her as closely, but I have to point to the back here. The one that does everything quietly and does not get enough thanks is Nat Levinson. She makes everything possible. And my pinhole little boss, Sarah Wood, God bless her. Without her, I would be even more disorganized. So thank you, Sarah, for getting everything. It's an honor to work with you 2 ladies. You make this super easy for me, so thank you. So what is the IGEN Challenge? Okay, so the IGEN Challenge is, there's 5 high schools in SD23, and 4 of them compete. And over those 4 high schools, we now have 17 classes pushing 500 students. And what it is the IGEN is this kind of, the kids come in and they don't know what it is. Oh, I'm doing entrepreneurship. They think, oh yeah, I'll just go to this, I'll fix this problem, or I'll do this, we'll make money, yeah, this is how it's gonna be. But then on day 1, they come into these fantastic teachers and we tell them where we're gonna go. And it's really hard for them to see it until the very end. And so now we're at the culmination of that. And so you have to basically identify a problem, correlate that to some of their passions, and from there, you get these startup businesses, and we go through it, and it is such a satisfying project and thing to watch as a teacher, and I'm sure the teachers can attest, that you have these kids that come in with really nothing. Some of them have ideas, but they're very not fleshed out, but then to hone them in, and within, 3 months, 2-3 months, you see them making money on it, and it's such a beautiful thing. So, 4 high schools, 17 classes, 500 students. They're competing for $10,000 in cash prizes. Thank you, sponsors. That's all sponsorship money. And then it becomes like, so then I was thinking, I'm like, well, what do I say to these folks? And it's for me, I'm gonna keep it real brief, is that I just love this competition. I love competition. I'm a coach. I really enjoy winning or learning, depending on the situation. And I've seen this class and this competition evolve, and it's at this beautiful area. I was saying to our assistant superintendent, Al Lalonde back there, that maybe we don't do the best, I've said this every year, we don't do enough promoting this, or I don't. I feel like I always undersell it, because it's such a beautiful thing to see these students that come in, and you're always blown away, and I just love seeing the kids come up here and pour their heart and soul into their pitches and their business idea. And I wish you could see it as well, and you're gonna get a taste of it today, but just to see what it comes from, what it becomes in the end, is such an amazing thing. So my passion is all about entrepreneurship and watching kids succeed. And I find it very gratifying that I can be a small part of that competition and part of that growth amongst the kiddos. So I know I couldn't do it when I was 16, 17. There's no way I could have stood up here. So you kids are crushing it right now, and it's just so nice to see the youth of Kelowna just killing it in such an honest way. You folks are doing a good job, so good job. So without further ado, I would like to hand off to 2 of my favorite students, Gerda Sidubrar and Skylar Badman, and they have some opening remarks for us. These 2 young munchkins are now out of SD23, but they are previous winners, and I'm so grateful that you're here to come open up this competition for us. Thanks, guys.
Hi. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2024 IGEN competition. I'm Gurdeep.
I'm Sky.
And we would like to congratulate all of you on making it this far. There's been a lot of hard work put in to get you all here, and you should all be proud of yourselves.
As the previous winners of the IGEN, we know how much effort each and every one of you have put into your ideas and businesses. And the fact that you've made it this far is already something to be proud of, so please give yourselves a pat on the back. When I started my own business, Twisted Cereals, I remember facing many obstacles. It was an absolute arduous process to get through, all of the ups and downs of, starting your own idea. But, getting past the learning curve of starting something from scratch was truly worth the experience.
I first learned about the IGEN competition in Mr. Jensen's entrepreneurship class in the 10th grade, and a partner and I ideated and debated, and we decided on a produce delivery box company. It was a perfect idea. I had a big garden, it had fruits and veggies, and she could do math for me. But in the end, it was just a business full of holes. And even though we didn't make it to the end, I learned a lot. So the next year, I had the upper hand. I knew the ins and outs of the competition, how it worked, and so the next year, I was ready. I had a new idea that I was even more passionate about, and I poured my heart and soul into it. Every day I woke up with this drive and passion and burning desire to be the best that I possibly could be. So I created Stevia Teas. I applied my learning from the year before, and in the end it all paid off. I placed third. I learned so many things, and I met so many incredible human beings. My biggest takeaway from that experience is to make the most of every situation, change plans when things aren't working out, and don't be hard on yourself. Just have fun.
For me, the IGEN meant a lot more than just some business competition. I believe it presents a great opportunity for high school students who are aspiring to go into business for their future careers by providing you guys an environment in which you can develop the core skills required to be successful later on in your business careers. I remember standing on this very stage, knees weak, palms sweaty. But I can assure you that one of the most important core skills you'll take away from this competition is the ability to stand on stage and present yourself in front of an audience.
If I had to give you just 2 valuable lessons that I've learned in my years as an entrepreneur, I'd tell you this. Number 1, try everything. Do everything. Be everything you could ever want to be. Make a bucket list. Don't give yourself a time frame, just do things. You'll make so many more memories, learn so many more things, and memories are the only thing we truly possess in this world. And number 2, live with no regrets, however that looks to you. Whether that's doing nothing you regret, or whether that's regretting nothing you'll do or doing nothing you'll regret. And I strongly encourage you to take the plunge tonight and put your all into your businesses. Give the best IGEN presentation that these judges will ever see.
And don't worry, the judges won't bite. Not a single team has been bit so far in the history of this competition. It'll be just fine. Just make sure to come up on stage and have some fun. I'd also say that tonight is a great opportunity for you to network with like-minded peers that will meet through this awesome competition. And I would also highly recommend networking with the sponsors of our event, who you may actually encounter down the road. And the guys who funded all our prizes, so just a big shout out to them.
Lastly, we'd like to thank Superintendent Kevin Cardell for supporting this event.
I would also love to thank Miss Sarah Wood and Miss Natalie Levinson for being such fierce advocates of this event.
Thank you to Mr. Tyler Jensen for pulling this event all together and for being such a big inspiration to us all.
And with that, that's our closing remarks. And with that, let the IGEN begin.
All right, and first up, we have Glistening Gifts and Bryn Nelson. Take it away.
Mr. Jensen.
Good evening and welcome to the world of gift giving presented by myself, Bryn Nelson. Here for you today, I have a business that was made to make people smile. Glistening Gifts was founded by myself, and you bet that your gift will be made beautifully and professionally if it's made by me. I love making people happy with what I create, and ultimately that will come before anything. So who here struggled picking a gift for their mother for Mother's Day this year? I did too. So our problem is that gift giving is way too complicated. We need something that your loved one will value, appreciate, and seems like you put some time and effort in. If time is ticking and your mind is blank, we need to think of something fast. According to the Business Wire, 64.2% of people also struggle when it comes to gift giving. So why don't we look at a solution to our problem here? My business, Glistening Gifts, will present you with beautiful handmade gift baskets that will help you put a smile onto their face. No need to worry about preparing the basket. We will get it to you assembled and wrapped and ready to go. If your occasion's arriving soon, we can arrive sooner with your basket since we are right next door. I can hand paint you beautiful cards so that you can put your emotions on paper. So the baskets that I would assemble include the Welcome to the Valley basket, which I have here today. It's a basket made for anyone and everyone, and it includes locally produced fruits, cheeses, and meats that reflect the dedication of our region's growers and artisans. Our Lavender for Her basket is great for the women out there who love lavender. Our Baby on the Way basket is great to bring to a baby shower. And if none of these are what you're looking for, just let me know and we can work on a custom basket for your occasion. So this is the data collection I did based on people of the Valley, and I found that people of the Valley love strawberries and would also give a gift basket to a female. So therefore, my target market is men in relationships, people of the Valley, people that have money and no time, and people aged 25 to 45 years old. So our operations are simple. Step 1, we would order all the supplies that we need. Step 2, we would establish the gift with the customer. Step 3, I would assemble the gift. Step 4, I would deliver it. And each basket costs $72 to make. I would aim to sell about 10 in a month, which would cost $723. Each one goes for $120 because it's cheaper than a lot of other baskets that provide less products, but it also provides good profit. Selling 10 would produce $1,200 revenue with $476 profit. And with the time it takes to make one basket, that's about $52 an hour. Regarding the custom baskets, almost none of the prices are fixed besides the actual basket and the base items, so it's hard to come up with an estimate for that. And for order tracking, I would use either Excel or spreadsheets so that it can be prepared. And for marketing, I would use Instagram, and I would try to get some connection with customers by doing a weekly post, and I would use Facebook, because most people that use Facebook are in the age group of 25 to 34 years old, so that would help me get in more adult age group. I would have a YouTube channel, a website, and I would also try to get some posters up in markets as well. So who else is selling baskets in the Valley? We have Kelowna Custom Baskets, which also features locally produced items in their basket, and they feature wines. However, they only do a custom service where we also can offer a pre-made service for those who need it in a hurry. I can also hand paint you a beautiful card to go in your basket. With Fortune Creek, all their goodies are made in-house, and all of their baskets are signature to their brand. With our baskets, we can provide you with more variety. I can deliver them to you, I can do a custom service, and I can also hand paint you a beautiful card. So regarding the future, I would love to get partnerships with local businesses, and I would also love to feature wines in my baskets, because a beautiful part of our valley is all the wine tours and the vineyards, and I'd love to express that. And I would also love to get my baskets up in markets, because some people don't go out looking for baskets, so if they just see it in a market, it might be easier to get some sales. Thank you so much for listening. That was Glistening Gifts, making gift giving easier for you. I hope you enjoyed.
Okay, we'll take 4 to 5 minutes of questions if that's possible, but I'd like to make sure each judge has enough time to make a comment and then ask a question or follow-up question as well.
Apparently I'm starting.
Okay.
So I have a question. How would you scale this up if you wanted to make this like a business that could pay you a living wage and excite you? Like right now you have a target for a part-time business. How would you scale it up?
So I would definitely get in contact with a producer, like to get all of the stuff I need for the baskets, and then I would also probably sell it to huge companies, like bigger companies like Save On Foods, and try to get it into markets so that people can see them and want to get them for their family or whatever.
Mr. Cardell took my question, so I should be first next time. No, great presentation. Do you think that you could reduce the costs as you increase the volume, as you start to sell more baskets? Is that something you'd look at with suppliers?
Yeah, definitely. And if I were to get some partnerships with businesses, maybe they could reduce the prices. Like I put someone's branded wine or something in the basket, maybe they can reduce the price that I sell it for because I'm showing their wine off in my baskets.
You suggested that on the marketing side you were going to use social media as your dominant form of marketing.
Yes.
How do you predict to actually interrupt others' algorithms to actually be seen rather than just sort of the passive marketing that it would be?
I would have to make posts that would appeal to people, I guess, and I would also have to buy advertising, I'm pretty sure, for that, because I'm not sure. I would probably have to buy someone to do that kind of marketing for me, because I'm not sure that I have the skill set to get out there with people.
Awesome, and just as a follow-up question then, was any of that anticipated in your financial analysis that you'd completed it just in terms of paying for those marketing opportunities?
That would probably be if my business were to grow. So if it were as of now, I would do my own marketing because I think I have enough skills to get it kind of out there. But yeah, in the future, I would probably have to include that into my financials.
Awesome. I'll compliment you as well. Great presentation. And just as my last comment, I think there's other forms of monetization that you suggested, even with the wine, co-branding with certain other aspects. But you could also charge them for having their products in your baskets and on your social media if that becomes part of what you actually sell.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I think you did a really great job. The other part is expand your demographic. Okay, old people like me finally have money to be able to afford to buy a basket for their friends, and we don't have. I could, and we don't have time all the time to do the shopping and everything else, and so very appealing basket. Just expand your market. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And old people are on Facebook.
We're on all those social medias. We have all kinds of time.
All right, we'll just give the judges about just 2 minutes to scribble down some notes. I don't want to rush too much, and then we will have Brayden come up with iTunes Friends. Thank you, Brayden.
Hey, Brayden, you got this?
Let's go, Rick. Give me a minute, Craig. Give me a minute. What number microphone? What number microphone? Okay.
Okay. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished judges. My name is Braden Gerard, and I'm honored to present to you my business, I Tutor Friends. About me, I was inspired by a family experience where tutoring had amazing results on my younger sister. Through this, I was inspired to commit to making personalized tutoring more accessible and affordable. The problem. Many students face academic struggles, not due to a lack of talent, but because personalized tutoring is often expensive, inaccessible, and hard to find. Statistics show that while 86% of students can improve significantly with tutoring, 90% can't afford it or access it. Our solution. I Tutor Friends addresses this gap by connecting students with peer tutors, making personalized learning affordable and accessible. We're not just improving grades, we're enhancing confidence and supporting UN's quality education goal. For these next 3 slides, feel free to rely on my business plan for a more comprehensive outline of everything. Our business model is built upon 4 major pillars. Firstly, peer-led tutoring. We offer a unique peer-led tutoring model that connects Canadian students with peer tutors. This emphasizes relatability, personalized learning, and a focus on the Canadian curriculum, differentiating us from our competitors. Secondly, audiences. Our core focus is on students within the primary and secondary education levels and their parents. Secondary audiences include students with specialized needs, international students, competitive athletes, and student tutors. Thirdly, our unique revenue structure. We add a 15% service fee to tutors' hourly rates. Tutoring rates are set between $15 to $20 an hour for grades 9 to 10, and $20 to $25 an hour for grades 11 to 12. Lastly, our comprehensive operational strategies, which I'll explain in the next slide. Our operation plan is split into 4 different parts. Firstly, our website. Our website is designed for seamless interaction between students and tutors, including several intuitive features like a booking system, live chat rooms, etc. This includes the integration of Google Meet and Google's Jamboard to facilitate interactive and efficient online tutoring sessions. Secondly, recruitment. I Tutor Friends has a rigorous selection process for tutors, requiring a minimum grade of 86% in subjects that they wish to tutor. Upon joining our platform, tutors will undergo an onboarding process that encompasses both subject matter expertise and effective platform utilization. Thirdly, customers. Like all companies, we prioritize customer satisfaction and user inquiries, ensuring a positive experience for both students and tutors as our business relies heavily upon word of mouth. Lastly, marketing and promotion, which I'll talk about in the next slide. Our promotion and marketing strategy is 4-fold. First, we're going to leverage digital marketing, including search engine optimization, social media, and local news networks. Secondly, through content marketing, we will share educational resources, success stories to engage and educate our community. Thirdly, partnerships. Partnering with schools and educational institutions will allow us to directly connect with our primary audience, building trust and credibility. Lastly, a pilot project. We will be launching a pilot project involving Kelowna's 5 main high schools. This initiative will demonstrate our peer-to-peer tutoring model, providing tailored support and gathering feedback to enhance our services. Okay, so feel free to look through one of the booklets I provided that gives a more comprehensive analysis of my website's features. But for now, here's a short look at my website. It's in its final stages of development, and I have a live test version online as we speak. This is what part of the front end of it looks like. On the left is the sign-up page to become a tutor, and on the right is the page to request a tutor. Moving on now to competitors. Some major competitors are Varsity Tutors, SuperProf, and Preply. Their prices range from $10 to $100 an hour. However, their tutors are from around the world, and the cheap rates are mainly from tutors in countries like Iran or India. This lets us stand out by focusing on our local peer-led tutoring model, ensuring sessions are closely aligned with our students' needs while keeping everything affordable and benefiting local communities. Target market. Our services are designed for students aged 10 to 18 with a focus on making tutoring accessible for those who need it most. With this in mind, we also target the adult audience as they are more likely to enroll their kids into tutoring or make them become a tutor. We will be aiming 70% of our marketing campaigns and ads towards people aged 19 to 55, 25% to 10 to 18-year-olds, and the rest to people over 56 years of age. Our customer acquisition cost for our first month after launch is expected to be around $10. Revenue model. Our revenue model consists of a 15% service fee and a volunteer rate. We plan on offering a page where students can offer volunteer services or where people can list they need volunteer help. We will charge $2 for every hour of volunteer work, and this money will be allocated into a scholarship fund for students and tutors. Financial projections. So my financial projections are broken down into startup costs and ongoing costs. As of now, I've spent $3,727, the majority of that being the functionality side of my website. A very modest one-year revenue guess is $150 just for one school. Our expected revenue in 5 schools annually is $750. And lastly, our expected revenue if our services in every high school in Canada is $512,850 annually. Achievements. I've secured $12,000 in angel funding, giving up no equity in my company. I've acquired a trademark, incorporated my company, and I've almost finished developing my website. I was also extremely lucky enough to receive $5,000 worth of free legal work and advice from a local lawyer at Doak Sheriff. Future plans. Looking ahead, we're focused on finishing and then launching our website, expanding our student and tutor base, and exploring additional features to enhance our platform. I would like to take the time to extend my deepest gratitude to all the people involved, especially Mr. Jensen, for their tireless dedication to this competition every year. Teachers like him have a profound impact on shaping the future of their students. Inspired by his dedication, I ask you all, when it comes to education of our children, we need every tool possible at our disposal. So who's ready to help me unlock the full potential of Canadian students, one lesson at a time?
We'll go to questions.
Yeah, questions?
Great presentation, really impressive.
Thank you.
So when you're matching, so I understand the revenue model is a 15% service fee. Is there anything to stop if you make a batch between a tutor and a student? Is there anything to stop them going offline and continuing the relationship outside of your service?
Yeah, there's a couple things. So as of now, in our terms of service, obviously that wouldn't be allowed, and they would be banned from our site. And really, the majority of the time, it would be likely a student or a parent that's paying for the service that would want to, cut us out of the deal. But we have our tutors that we're a turnkey platform. Everything's set up for them. So really, there's no reason for them to want to leave over just one student. And then the service fee, a lot of the time, is usually only $2 to $3 extra. So they're really cheating themselves if they just, cut us out. So, but other than that, if they really want to, we can't do anything about it but ban them from our site.
Be like an Uber driver leaving Uber for one ride.
Exactly. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Awesome job.
Thanks.
That was a lot of information. Wow. Have you thought of any? Right now, it looks like there is it looks like on the website there's 4 different age groups for the potential tutors. What were the safety protocols that you'd set up in terms of making sure that those are who they say they are, and really keeping the students safe?
Yeah. So with the service right now, there's online and then in-person tutoring. So if that's like something that they want to be cautious about, obviously you can take the sessions online. But then there's, in terms of like the legalities of how it's all going to work, that's something that I still have to figure out. But in the terms of service, obviously that's all going to be outlined, making sure that that's not allowed. But if somebody really is trying really hard, there's nothing we can do about it until that session takes place and you actually realize that somebody's lying about something or something like that.
Okay, I'm going to ask a slightly different question.
Right.
How are you going to compete with artificial intelligence as a tutor these days?
Right. Oh, that's a good one. I was ready for this one. But no, so that's something we could adopt in the future, definitely. But a lot of the time that I've found is people that are needing tutors usually don't have the best of grades. And you'll see now with school, a lot of the courses you can just take online. And even then, you have to be so self-disciplined and self-motivated to teach yourself this stuff. And really, that's what you're going to be doing with AI until it's, who knows, like 20 years down the line, there's an actual person in front of you teaching you. You need that one-on-one experience where you can ask these dumb questions, where you can figure everything out, and you know that a person has also done it and gone through it, right? And then AI won't be as specialized as our tutors, because a lot of the times, the students that are going to be needing tutors are going to be hiring tutors from their same school. So they would have gone through the courses that these students need help with. So they would have done, the same tests, the same assignments. It's extremely specialized.
Well, we hope the teachers change the tests, but just saying. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name's Hayden. I'm Alex, and we are the co-founders of Deskables. Now, Hayden is creative, innovative, and mechanically inclined.
While Alex is a great eye for details, aesthetics, and handles our marketing.
Judges,
I'm a
did you
designer
know,
degree, and I got into 3D modeling because I love to create.
Judges, did you know that over 50% of people have difficulties organizing?
Now don't lie, we've all been there. Especially if you work from home, your desk has gotten messy. So you tell yourself, I'll clean it tomorrow, and then you don't.
Then all of a sudden, a week has gone by and the mess has gone too far.
I have OCD, but I'm a terrible organizer. So having this issue, I got to work. After months of design, dozens of prototypes, we created Deskables.
A simple and fun way to clean up that mess.
And with a design that promotes creativity, Deskables are good for all ages. All you do is slide the modules together, insert a drawer of 4 color choices, and that's it.
Now, if you're gonna look under your chairs,
You're gonna find that there's nothing there. But we are gonna have a few samples at the end of the presentation.
now you can set Deskables up on any metal surface by just putting a magnet on them, or mount them on your wall by using some 3M adhesive strips.
So who's ready to clear their clutter? But Alex,
Yes, Hayden?
who would actually want these?
That's a great question. We are primarily targeting parents and home office workers.
Because ever since COVID hit, there's been a huge influx in people working from home. And according to our surveys, they really need help organizing.
Our other focus is parents, or more accurately, the kids of these parents. Now, raise your hand if you are a parent.
Great. Now how many times have you told your child to clean up their room or desk? A lot, right?
Now, what if there was a tool that you could have given your child at a young age to make them think that organizing was fun? That is what Deskables do.
Our process all starts in the design phase, where I use a professional 3D modeling software to design our product.
After that, it's off to manufacturing. In other words, our basement.
Now Deskables are made fully from 3D printing technology and sustainable materials, making our product fit to the UN goals, number 12, responsible consumption and production, and 13, climate action.
After manufacturing, we package and sell. Now, we are currently making sales through social media, words of mouth, and community boards.
But we are also in the initial stages of developing our own e-commerce website.
Our direct competitors are small Etsy sellers and office organization stores like the Container Store.
We, however, have a much better design than the Etsy sellers with a triple interlocking dovetail system that ensures your Deskables will never slide out of place.
But with the larger stores, we plan to make friends, not enemies, because they can help us sell more faster.
Speaking of finances, how much does our product actually cost?
Our product only costs $9 to manufacture, with 68 cents to package, and is being sold in packs of 3 for $39.99 with $35 for every additional 3-pack after that.
Meaning that we're profiting $30.31 per base model sold and $25.31 per additional 3-pack sold. Then we get the customer to pay for shipping if it's needed.
Now, the money from this competition would give us a great opportunity to better our manufacturing, get design rights, and better our marketing.
We do need a way to get our product out there though. And since a large portion of our target market is parents, we plan to promote through apps on social media and influencers.
Because where do many parents spend much of their time? Facebook, Instagram, or parenting influencer accounts.
We've made $200 since the launch of our company and are projected to double our sales in the next 2 months. We also have big plans for expansion, including buying a newer and faster 3D printer to ramp up our production almost 800%.
Our vision is to start the Deskables ecosystem with shelves, other container variants, and so much more.
So who's ready to make Deskables a household item?
Deskables,
Style,
storage,
solutions. Any questions?
Well done on the presentation. Excellent, excellent. You answered part of the question on how do you scale and how long does it take, because I know I've watched some of the home-based 3D printers and they are quite slow. So how do you propose to actually scale if this actually takes off outside of, and what is the financial investment, the capital cost for that scale?
That's a great question. So currently it takes us just under 24 hours to manufacture one 3-pack, but with money we could buy a newer printer that could, like I said, scale our manufacturing 800%. After that though, if we expand further, we can go to a printer farm or injection molding, which we have looked at, and injection molding would cost $3, reducing our cost exponentially.
I have another question, but I'll yield. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go. You said that your materials were sustainable. What are they made of?
Our material is made of PLA, which is, if sent off to the correct facilities, can be completely melted down, recycled, and made into a brand new product.
What kind of customization as far as colors and things like that do you offer? And then you mentioned plans for more products. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that would look like?
So we have 4 colors for the drawers. And
Yeah, 4 colors are orange, gray, blue, and purple. We're planning to expand into drawers to make a Deskables ecosystem. Like that is other drawer variants, other container variants. The shelves will slide into place. It'll be a complete organizational ecosystem throughout your office and home.
Thank you.
So just to be clear for those of us, these are going to be bigger, so you can put more stuff into them?
Yeah, that would be part of our scaling, is with injection molding, we could scale these as large as we want while keeping our costs down. And with the printer farms, we could scale these quite a bit more with getting them in a lot faster.
Okay, and so you've done some marketing. Has anyone, like, has there been word of mouth sales or anything where people are like, oh my goodness, I can find things now?
Yeah, actually, so one of our clients is storing his GoPro accessories in the containers, and he says it just helps him because they're always lost around his house and he can never find them, and other customers have rubber bands or paper clips or stuff that they can never find, but they always need.
Fantastic. We may need some in my office.
Yeah, just one more thing, and that is that I would try and protect your intellectual property on if it's the design or if it's the idea, just because 3D printing is very accessible. So that would be one thing that I would look at doing as soon as you start hitting that kind of scale threshold.
Of course, yeah, we've looked at the industrial design rates, which would cost just upward of $500.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Great presentation.
Thank you.
My name is Taya Bueta, and Illumi is my bigger, better, glowing business idea. As a founder of Illumi, I provide the following skills to my business. I manage marketing and advertising by creating and posting content to social media. I have experience in running my own successful small business in the past, and I am a good listener, which is quite useful when it comes to improving customer needs. Something about me. I grew up in South Africa, and while I was living there, I was taught how to make electrical circuits. This basic knowledge has taught me, if you don't know what an electrical circuit is, it's basically how to get a light bulb to work. So this basic knowledge has helped me make a product like Illumi's LED hangers. The problem I'm trying to solve. Dancers and people in show productions are struggling with performances backstage in their quick changes due to lack of light, unorganization, and sorry, I'm like lost in words. Due to lack of light, unorganization, and clothing slipping off hangers and going missing. Did you know that 62% of Canada's population alone participates in performing arts, and over 38,000 performances are shown each year? Imagine how many performers are going through the same problem. Backstage often causes stress, injuries, and many sleepless nights for many dancers, including myself, so I decided to make a solution to this problem. To ensure a stress-free backstage and a more enjoyable experience, Illumi's LED hangers offer and fix 3 major problems. The light from the LED provides a brighter and safer backstage. No matter how heavy the outfit, the hanger will hold the clothing, preventing anything from falling off, as there are silicone grippings all around the hanger. And there are customizable colors, provide each dancer with their own color-coded hanger. My target market includes people in the performing arts, dancers, young teens and adults, stress performers, and worldwide customers. Illumi's competition. Although you can find LED hangers on any major marketplace like Amazon and Etsy, you won't find any product like Illumi's, as we are a new and original idea. Their product is an LED hanger that is being shaped to look, like a hanger. It is sold in separate colors, and it doesn't even fit in a standard wardrobe. Whereas my product is color changing, wireless, so battery powered, grips, and it hits in your standard closet, but with a fun twist. My marketing strategies. To reach a larger audience, I will be advertising on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Pinterest to show Illumi's unique ideas. For our location, we will first start selling directly to dancers and then to local dance stores in the Okanagan, like Dance Essentials. Eventually, there will be an online website and store, which is being made right now, so that people can buy directly from Illumi. Our operations. The first step is to send the design to the manufacturing company. Orders are then placed for the number of hangers, and then my product is then packaged and delivered straight to customers, which means my income will be made from the number of hangers sold. Now, for my financing, the fun part. So, my expenses in investing in startup costs have been $110 so far. So how much is it going to cost me to make one hanger? To make a single hanger, it is going to cost me around $12. To make a bulk of 4 hangers, it'll cost me around $48, plus $10 in shipping. So if I made 1,000 hangers, it'll cost me $12,000 to make. So how am I making a profit from all these expenses? Well, if I sell one hanger for $20, I will be making $7 in profit. And if I say, in theory, sold 1,000 hangers at $20 each, I will be making $20,000, which means $7,000 in profit. My future vision for Illumi. Right now, Illumi's LED hangers are waiting for approval and delivery from Invention Land for an improved prototype. I have customers lined up and ready to buy as soon as my product is launched. I've had professional dancers that have experience in the professional world approving of Illumi's industry, saying that it can definitely benefit a lot of people. My next step is to finalize the product, launch the website within a few months, and start selling. My goal is to market to dancers and companies in North America and Europe and make sales within 5 months of launch. So, invest in Illumi now, because hanging with Illumi will be your brightest idea. Thank you. You can contact me on email, phone number, or if you really want, Instagram. Thank you.
Great job. I love that you've taken a really specific problem and created something that meets that specific targeted need. And I could see it expanding to meet other needs as well. I know I get up a lot earlier than the rest of my family, so I'm often fumbling in the dark. So that's fantastic. And I appreciate your marketing plan as well. Is there an option to sell directly at dance competitions and like have a table or something? I know I go to a lot of sporting things with my kids and we're always spending a ton of money at them.
Yeah, so my plan is to sell to dance companies, so I will be marketing to them and selling to them, and I'm actually going around, once I have everything set up, I'm actually going to go to the dance companies and show them my product, because I've talked to all my dancer friends and they've all talked about how it's a major problem, so I'll definitely be doing that once once I can like make bulk hangers and stuff.
That actually dovetails into my question. Great presentation, and I would echo what Krista said. Is just the specificity of the solution to the problem is great. But how long does it take you to produce one of these? If it takes like 4 hours to produce one hanger, that's only about $2 an hour. And then how do you actually take that to scale?
That's a great question. Yeah, I'm gonna think about that. So I'm currently I'm busy partnered with a manufacturing company right now. They're making my prototype right now, but once the prototype is done, they're gonna start making the product. And that usually takes around, when they first start making, because they have to make molds and stuff, it'll take around a month to make first. But once the product starts moving and products start coming in, then it'll come in a lot quicker. But right now it's at a month.
Do you think you have a high enough profit margin? Like $7 doesn't seem like much. Often seems to be, cost you $10 and you sell it for $20, that kind of thing. So that, because you have other costs, shipping and other things they have to do in terms of getting that. If this product is something that everybody needs, and it sounds like you have the practical experience to say that's true, perhaps you'll start with a few lost leaders, but then raise the price to make sure that you're actually able to profit from it and reinvest in the company.
Yeah, right now we are selling things at a very high cost because we've just started, but once we start scaling, things will get a lot cheaper and we can start raising prices. But right now we want to be ahead of our competitors and stuff. Even though it is a new product, there is still LED hangers online. So to beat our competitors, I have to sell underneath $30 or it'll be too expensive.
What do the competitors' less quality products go for right now?
Right now, they're around $25 to like $35 online. They can actually range anywhere from $80 depending on anywhere they buy it from. I don't know why it's so expensive, but there's a lot of companies that sell it for a lot, and they're not very complicated.
Awesome. Did any of the dancers that you had test your product, did any of them actually do it in the backstage to figure out how much light was actually created with the hanger?
Yeah, so this hanger, it seems to be dying right now, but it's really dark backstage, so any light shows, like at all, like it'll shine through. One of my dancers, they were struggling with a quick change and there was no light backstage, nothing. So we would have to have people usually flashing lights in the back so they could see themselves getting changed and stuff. So yeah, this brings a lot of light to the backstage.
So not a question, but a comment. I would caution you against always trying to be the cheapest. If you have the best product, you don't need to be the least expensive. So make sure you sell for what you're worth.
Yeah, I'm hoping to sell close to 25, hopefully, if I can get my pricing there. But yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Taya. At this point, we are at the midpoint mark of the competition, the final 8 pitches. We're going to take a 20-minute break. We have plenty of food out front, so please go help yourself, and we'll reconvene in 20 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, not actually. No, that's probably what she means by like there's these ones, but they're still like $50 on there. They should be more expensive to make. It's a good idea. You should get the market. Okay, let's hope I can figure this out. Okay, what was this gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, and we are back. Next up we have Seraphic Stationery with Griffin, Tanav, and Yuvraj. Take it away, please.
Hello everyone, welcome to Seraphic Stationery, where durability meets sustainability.
Hi, I'm Griffin. My position is fulfillment, which includes handling the orders and handling the product shipping.
My name is Tanav. My position is marketing. This includes running the social media pages and managing the website.
My name is Yuvraj. My position is customer relations. This includes answering your questions, filing returns, and general customer support.
The problem is that traditional notebooks are easily damaged, whether this be from water damage or wear and tear. Over 92% of people that have taken our survey have had this issue, which leads to lost notes and frustration. We believe it is time for a more durable solution.
Introducing Stone Paper Notebook. Our notebooks are made from 100% recycled stone paper, making it completely waterproof and tear resistant. This ensures your notes stay intact in any condition. With our sustainable and durable solution, we address the common issues that are found with traditional notebooks. Being 100% recycled, our product also helps fight climate change, preserving life below water and on land, making your notes as resilient as your best ideas.
During our survey and video submission, many individuals had the same following questions which we thought that you may have. Can you use any writing tool with it? Yes, you can use any pencil, any pen, any marker, and any highlighter with our notebook. Does it come with any additional items? Yes, our notebook comes with a friction erase pen. This pen uses Leuco dye, making it turn invisible when you erase it. And does water affect the writing? Water will affect some pens. If you have a smudge-free pen or a permanent marker, you'll be just fine.
Our target market includes anyone who likes to get their hands dirty, from farmers, construction workers, to gardeners, students, scientists, and even swimming instructors, like my partner Tanav. Whether you're spilling your coffee, saving your notes from your dog, or even from rain in the park, our product is perfect for those who value durability in their everyday items. We will start in Canada, and as we grow, we will move on to worldwide shipping.
Our top 3 competitors are Karst, Oxford, and GAC. Our advantage is being 48% cheaper than these companies. We will offer both an online website and a physical option for purchasing our notebooks, unlike these companies, which are limited to an online presence. Additionally, we will offer different colors, cover options, coils, page designs, and sizes. We stand out by allowing our customers to customize their notebook their way.
We currently maintain active social media platforms, we'll run targeted ads, and we'll partner with influencers. We'll distribute coupons and have discounts for bulk orders. Already having over 170 followers across all of our platforms, we have established a wide following base, only to grow from here.
Our process starts with using 100% recycled materials, including the book's cover and coils. The stone is crushed with water and thinned out to make sheets, which are then compressed on a hydraulic blade. Compressed using a paper press, cut on a hydraulic blade and printed on using a laser printer. The paper is also perforated using an automatic paper punch machine and undergoes quality checks before being packaged and shipped to customers in eco-friendly packaging.
Our startup costs include $248. This includes manufacturing setup and advertising printing. By using our connections, we have access to a printing shop, allowing us to produce our final product locally at our convenience and to cut down on large manufacturing costs. Each notebook costs us $5.37 to produce, which then retails for $16.49, leaving us with a healthy profit of $11.12 per unit.
We've established, our future vision with Seraphic Paper is to be more than notebooks. We envision Seraphic Paper to be used for flyers, posters, novels, or even for your printers at home. We want Seraphic Paper to be your go-to choice for all of your printing needs. Together, we can create a significant impact, ensuring a sustainable future with durable, eco-friendly paper solutions.
Join us in revolutionizing how we write
how we think,
and how we sustain our planet.
One
note at a time.
The samples are now being hand out to you.
Great, thank you so much. Great presentation, very well done. Let's see, what's my first question here? From an operations standpoint, you said you have access to a print shop that you're using right now.
Yes.
Is there a point at which that access will go away and you'll need to start to pay for that? And how does that work with your plans to scale?
The access to the printing shop will actually grow from here because we're accessing to our own equipment as well, as long as using the print shop just to help us start up basically. Over the time with the prize money and any other donations we get, we're going to plan on expanding way beyond just our own print shop and to get our own equipment as well.
And is that factored into your financial plan?
Yes.
Just curious, and great presentation, thank you guys. Having three of you is harder, so awesome job going back and forth. How did you discover stone paper? I have never heard of stone paper before.
Well, when we first began IGEN, we were writing our ideas for a business idea on a normal notebook. And then Griffin here, he spilled his water bottle all over my stuff. I was like, oops, something snapped. I was like, we gotta do something about that. So then we started thinking, we gotta make a waterproof paper. So we started using a waterproof paper, durable paper, and up came stone paper. So he was like, let's try and make that for ourselves. And then we started, for the last 3-4 months, we've been experimenting, doing different trials, everything, and eventually we came up with this.
So you actually invented this paper?
We didn't, well, we made this one ourselves. Stone paper is a thing that has been used before, but we figured out how to make it for ourselves.
Awesome. So, how are you going to scale this out so that maybe it can end up being a permanent job? And by the way, again, great job on the presentation.
Right now, we are working on our prototype, and we want to create a lot of stock before we plan to expand. So right now, we are working on our prototype. It is going very well so far. And the way we plan on scaling is, our product will be available in the UPS stores in BC. That's already being in process for being done. And as sooner as we grow more, we're going to put more prioritized into our website, and we want to see our notebook being used in Walmart, Staples, even hardware stores, every place like that.
That's awesome. I would target the home hardwares and the Ronas as well. I know that this is a huge, huge issue on construction sites. So I like it. I'm a kind of a stationary snob myself. I won't get into the details of how that happened, but I'm curious. You said that any pens write on it. Would it have like still the same sort of touch, or
Yes,
does it change?
It will have the same silky soft touch on it, yes.
Okay, and then my last question is, does it withstand a dog's digestive system? Because then the dog ate my homework would no longer be a legitimate excuse.
We haven't thought that far, but that's something we can look into. Is there any other questions?
Yeah, just a question. I'm a person who likes to write with the pen and paper still, but I feel like a dying breed in that way. Have you done any research to see how many people still like to write with a pen and paper, or how you're projecting that trend going forward?
Well, personally, I like to use a pen and paper myself, and a lot of our students just because some schools, they don't allow to have computers and stuff like that. So we think students would be a very big target market for us to have students, and even on on a construction site, you can't really have a computer there, right? So having a notebook like that would be easier for portability and everything like that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like you to please raise your hands if you need a night out.
Now keep your hand up if your kids are or have been the thing that's keeping you from doing that.
Looks like you need Amica. My name is Zoe Weems.
And my name is Laura Monroe.
And we are the founders of Amica, an online service that connects families with babysitters. We have both been babysitting since we were 12 and noticed a large gap in the market when it comes to creating a convenient way to connect families and babysitters. Finding a babysitter that you can trust can be very time-consuming, and for many babysitters, they have reported that it is difficult to find families to sit for.
Did you know that there are over 2.1 million families in Canada with children under the age of 14? Amiga is dedicated to getting those families connected with the care they deserve.
You might be asking yourself, what is Amiga? Well, Amiga is an online service that connects families who are looking for babysitters with babysitters who are looking for work in a way that is convenient and easy to do for both parties to help eliminate the hassle.
It's like an Airbnb for babysitting.
As well, Amiga wants to be part of raising up a healthy next generation. So something that makes us unique is our screening process to ensure that the babysitters we allow to use our service share the value of getting outside, eating healthy, and spending time without using a screen.
Amiga will also develop extensive safety and security protocols to ensure that everyone is kept safe and happy.
Our target market is mainly families with younger children,
especially those who value their kids being active, getting outdoors, and building genuine connections.
For our babysitters, we envision this being mostly teens and young adults, but this would be open to anyone provided they make it through our screening process. As you can see from the data we've collected, over 95% of parents we asked said that they would be interested in using Amiga, with 75% of babysitters saying that they would like to give it a try as well. Amiga has two main competitors, Care and Facebook Marketplace groups. We find that Care is difficult to navigate, and as it offers a wide range of services, it isn't designed specifically for babysitting. The same can be said about Facebook Marketplace groups. They aren't designed to tackle the specific problem we're trying to solve and have no added safety built in. What makes Amiga different is we are designed specifically for babysitting in a way that is convenient and easy to do for both younger and older generations. As well, we will be developing extensive safety and security protocols to ensure that all of our users are kept safe. With all of that being said, the biggest thing that makes Amiga different is our review section. We want both parties leaving and receiving reviews so that future families and sitters can feel confident and secure.
Amiga plans on marketing mainly through social media services such as Facebook and Instagram because we know a lot of people spend a lot of time on those apps.
As well as using SEO to ensure that our site is being seen and encouraging word-of-mouth advertisements from happy users to help keep people coming back. Amiga has two models for the way that it operates, from a family's end and from a babysitter's end. For our families, they will start by signing up to Amiga and creating their profile. They can then select their dates, their area, and their babysitter preferences. And once they've browsed through our selection of babysitters and reviews, they can select a sitter that feels right for them and complete their payment directly through our service. After they've escaped their kids for a little while, they will be asked to leave a review for the babysitter.
For the babysitters, they start by signing up for Amiga and creating their accounts, and then they wait to be approved by our screening team. Once they've been approved as babysitters, they list their availabilities and write a description for the families to read. Through our service, they can approve or decline bookings as well as receive payment, and after they have completed the job by babysitting for the kids, they'll be asked to leave a review for the families.
Amiga also has two revenue sources, from our babysitters and from our families. For our babysitters, we will be charging a $5 per month subscription fee to keep your account up and running. For our families, we charge an additional 10% fee per hour booked. For example, if a babysitter charges $15 an hour, Amiga will add an additional $1.50 per hour for that family to pay for using our service. Going forward, there would be a few things needed before Amiga could be up and running. As our service would cost a lot of time, and especially money to start, we would be looking at fundraising and finding investors to help us launch our service. We would then want to hire web and app designers, as well as an extensive safety team, including lawyers, so that we can ensure that all of our users are safe. We would then launch our service on a smaller scale, probably to begin across the Okanagan, and then begin operating and marketing so that we can be able to expand. We want Amiga to be a one-stop place for all families and babysitters all over the world.
Join us today and let's make care easier, one click at a time.
Thank you for your time. We are looking forward to any questions and feedback from you.
kids who are younger, but now all the 5 beasts are in their 20s, so I guess not so much, maybe for the grandkids. Quick question, have you quantified what the startup costs would be, and then also figured out what your income would need to be to offset that? Like how many parents, how many babysitters would you be requiring, or how many hours of babysitting would be required to actually do that?
For sure. So we have looked into it a little bit. We do know that starting a service like this would cost a lot of money, probably around $500,000 to $1 million, because we really want to ensure that safety is a top priority. So we would want a good team behind us to help us do that, as well as having the graphics and the run, like this, the website to run smoothly and stuff like that. So we haven't, that's why we obviously haven't been able to launch. We have done a little bit of projections on what we'd be able to make. We would want to be able to scale it similar to Airbnb, but starting it off small, our cost to start up would obviously be lower, for sure.
So let's go with safety. I would have that on my mind as a superintendent of schools and a student and doing people business. So how would you vet them, and what certifications would be required before you would allow a babysitter to book through your service?
For sure. So we have looked into that a little bit. We don't know a lot, obviously, about logistics, lawyers, stuff like that. We are only in high school, but we definitely know that all of our babysitters would be criminally record checked and identity checked before they could use our service, as well as our separate screening process to ensure that they share values on how to take care of the kids properly. And then probably if we were to launch this, the first thing we would do would be get a safety team behind us to help us work through some of those logistics on how to make that happen so that everyone is safe.
And for certifications, there's a spot there will be a spot where you can list your certifications as a babysitter. So if you're certified to be a babysitter or first aid trained, you can put that there as well.
For sure. So babysitters would have the ability to list some of the certifications they have, so that if that's a concern for the family that they want the babysitter to have that skill set, they would be able to see that on their profile.
Awesome. Really well done. One question I had is on the actual transaction. I know there's a lot of risk with some transactions when people are buying and selling on online marketplaces. Would the parents pay up front and then you'd hold the money until the job is completed, or do they just pay at the end?
Yeah, so I think that the way we would want to set it up is so that when the parents book the babysitter, they'll complete the payment right then and there, but the babysitter won't receive that money until after the job's been completed. But for the families, they can do it right up front. It's easier, they don't have to worry about transfer check, kind of thing like that. And then we would have some sort of setup in place so that the family could confirm that the babysitter did arrive and complete the job. And then the babysitter knows that they're going to be receiving that payment, so they don't have to do that follow-up checkup, like, hey, we've all been there, hey, can you please send me my money? Awkward moment, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is great from a logistics standpoint. And then my second question is, as you scale this business, do you see it matching more long-term care arrangements, like finding a nanny or an au pair or something, or do you want to stick to strictly those one-off babysitting services?
Yeah, so I think we would definitely want to start with babysitters. Like I said with our competitors, they do offer those wider range of services, and we found that the site got quite complicated. You didn't know what section to go to, what to look for. So we would want to start with just babysitting, but then I think if my partner would agree, we'd be interested in expanding into other things like that, depending on how it would go.
Great, I love that you've thought of that and are being intentional about it.
Thank you so much.
Similar question to the tutoring aspect is, how do you prevent one of your babysitters from just starting to babysit for a family on their own?
So we actually had this question at the last IGEN competition. We thought it through quite a bit. Probably the biggest thing is the convenience of Amiga. So the babysitter that you typically want to hire isn't available. Now you've got to go contact everybody you know, trying to find someone to watch your kids. So Amiga is quick, it's convenient. You can see babysitters that are available. And then a big thing is that payment section, so you don't have to worry about cash, e-transfer. And then we also built in the pricing model for the babysitters, keeping that in consideration. So if they do have one family that's going on the side and they want to continue babysitting, they're paying a subscription fee to use our service. So they're not just getting, they're not just paying per babysitter, they're paying for the use of the service.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your question.
Hi there, judges. I just want to start by saying thank you for having us. We're super grateful to be here and super passionate about what we have here. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Pro Performance, a dream turned reality by Ty Bunn and Case and Dodd. To get a better picture of who we are, here's a picture of our actual drink, as well as our logo and slogan, and our email and contact information in case you need to get in contact with us.
Awesome. So me and Ty, we go all the way back to elementary school. We've gone to the same schools all the way up until high school. We both attend Mount Boucherie now. Me and Ty are both athletes. He's a basketball player and I'm a baseball player. We both have a passion, and that is wanting to work for ourselves and pursue what we really love. Me and Ty are a perfect partnership. We're like LeBron and Dwayne Wade, the dynamic duo. We specialize in different things. Ty's great at social media and marketing, whereas I'm an effective communicator. I'm great at talking it out with people.
Some examples of what we've both actually done within the company. Our Kason actually reached out, located, and found our manufacturer and got our drink on the go, whereas I actually created our social media, ads, logo, slogan, and more. We both specialize in different things, making us a perfect duo for a successful company, which we have here. Our problem. As mentioned before, we're both athletes and we live very busy lives, but we also know the importance of proper nutrition. Healthy drinks often taste bland with a gross aftertaste. Nutrition can be very time consuming, and a lot of things labeled as health products aren't actually that healthy for you and you shouldn't be putting in your body. There's a lot of misleading information out there as well, but there is a rise in people starting to care more about their health and what they're putting in their body. Some popular statistics we found were 67% of Canadians are trying to eat more protein, 30% seek low sugar foods when shopping, clean label products are outperforming with an 8% increase from last year, and British Columbia is the most physically active province, making it the perfect place for us to start our company. Our solution. That's where Pro Performance comes in. We provide a simple, tasty, easy, and healthy beverage. It's a simple mix packet. All you need is our mix packet and water, making it super accessible for whenever and wherever you need. We also have bold, tasty flavors like wild berry, peach mango, and orange, which you're trying now, which are also the first 3 flavors in our drop coming soon. We also have 15 grams of protein, low calorie, and no sugar or fat, making it not only vital for your health, but also your taste buds.
Our target market. So we target the young kids and teenagers who really want to start focusing on their health while also not giving up the drinks that they don't enjoy. We want to focus on the older generation so that they can maintain their health. We want to focus on anyone who can maintain their health while also enjoying a tasty beverage. We seek out the variety seekers as well as the benefit seekers. We have outstanding flavors, like previously said, peach, mango, orange, wild berry, with many more to come in the future. We offer an excellent health investment with low calories, no sugar, and great protein, as well as natural flavors. Where we start to ship our drink. We want to start shipping our drink around the central Okanagan and Kelowna area to start off.
Our competition. Truly, me and Kason really feel like we're bringing something new here to the Okanagan, but the competitor that we chose was Fairlife Protein Shakes, and they have double the calories, bland flavors like chocolate and vanilla, 3 times the sodium, a thick milky taste, and more fat and less fiber than us. And then there's Pro Performance. We have half the calories, a refreshing smooth taste comparable to something like an iced tea or lemonade. We have 2 grams of fiber, only 75 milligrams of sodium, and absolutely 0 grams. That's right, 0 grams of fat and sugar, with tasty, fun flavors, making nutrition exciting as we believe it should be. Our marketing. We market our product through the growth of our social media. We're currently on TikTok and Instagram, but we're looking to grow to Facebook very soon. Although our first sales are primarily going to be through word of mouth, as we already have lots of friends and family around the Kelowna area wanting to try our drink. In fact, our first drop is going to consist of 36 boxes, and we already have 50% of that ready to be sold for awaiting customers once our product arrives. We're going to have pop-up shops this summer at places like gyms, farmers markets, and running events, essentially places where we can meet and find our desired customer base, which is busy, active people. We create fun, relatable ads on social media to keep people up to date, and we plan to build and retain a loyal customer base through an email SMS marketing list, which we plan on launching with our first drop. We'll have discounts and promotions for loyal customers, as well as updates on release dates of products.
Our operations step through. So we start off by contacting our manufacturer, which we have already done. We tell them what we need and when we need it, and they deliver it directly to us. From then, we receive the product and post on all of our social medias to tell our customers what we have. Our customers then directly message us via any of our socials and tell us when they want it, where they want it, and how they want it. So, we then deliver our product directly to our customers. That is, wherever they need, whenever they need. This will then create a better relationship with our customers, as they will be seeing us face to face. As Ty mentioned, we're having pop-up shops this summer, which will create an even stronger foundation with the community, as they will be seeing the two owners of this company. Financials. So me and Ty have invested so much time and effort into this company. We are also putting in a bulk order at the end of the month for $315 without tax. That gives us a case of each of our product. Each case costs $105. This gives us 84 units, 12 boxes. Each unit is $1.25 to produce, and we sell it for $2.50 individual sale. We will sell each box of 7 packets for $15, making $6.25 off of profit. This gives the customer a better deal to buy more of our product.
This graph also represents the next 4 months' projected sales outlook here at Pro Performance. The light blue representing the amount of product and units that we buy, and the dark blue representing the amount of potential gross revenue that we can produce from each drop. Our future vision. Here at Pro Performance, as you can see, we're super passionate and very excited about where we're going. We want you to get in on that. Our next few months are to build a strong base in our community so people can get to see the face of Pro Performance and say that we built our brand from the community up. Then we plan on launching a website with personalized packaging, making Pro Performance a really immersive experience and really making it our company and our lifestyle to sell.
We plan on going Canada-wide because we want the entire country to be able to taste our drink and know how tasty of a beverage and how healthy it is for you. Then, we want to set no limitations with our brand. We want to go worldwide. We want the entire world to know how good and how tasty this drink is. We want to reach out to retailers, such as Supplement King and Walmart. We think Supplement King is a great idea because they have already a wide variety of supplements, so our drink would fit right in. And we think Walmart's a great idea because Walmart is easy and accessible, and me and Ty have already previously had jobs there, so we have a great relationship with the company.
Join us in conquering bold goals with an even bolder taste by leaving the drinks that you love in your life and pursuing your healthy lifestyle goals. You can start by following us at Pro Performance 2024 on TikTok and Instagram for more updates on our journey and the release date of Pro Performance coming soon. Once again, we're super grateful to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Any questions?
Now, I think diabetics would like this drink too. Yeah, and they are very tasty, everyone, just letting you know. And that's a hard thing for diabetics to find, zero sugar, tasty beverages. So just make a comment and great presentation.
Thank you.
All right, well, you had me at the Fairlife slide. I probably should own shares of Fairlife, considering all of the cases that I get from Costco. And the Facebook Costco group, you know, tells you when it's in stock at Costco. I'm there. So I have a couple of questions though. I'm drinking this and I'll echo what Kevin just said. It tastes really good. How did you get it to be 15 grams of protein without that chalky, milky kind of flavor? And then also, how is it sweetened? Because some people are very sensitive to the artificial sweeteners as well.
Okay, do you want to take the first question? I'll take the second one.
Yeah, sure. So with the sweeteners one, it is currently sweetened with sucralose, and something we were talking about actually recently with our manufacturer, because we know that more people are, they want stevia. We know stevia is a more natural organic sweetener, and we did talk to our manufacturer. It is cheaper currently for us to work with sucralose for the startup of our brand. We're using that, but we do have talks of potentially in the future switching to stevia. stevia because we know it is a more organic and natural option that more people would desire.
And for how our product is made, that's mainly our manufacturer side. He deals with deals with many aspects of kind of these kind of things. He hasn't done some like kind of this, so this is kind of a new experiment. But he has worked with lots of other protein kind of drinks and whatnot, so he has experience in this, and he managed to build up some that we thought was good, and then he just he sent it to us.
Thank you. Yeah, great presentation. And I like how you are announcing what your next flavor will be and doing a drop, and I think that builds anticipation and is likely works well with your target audience. My question is around your financials. So $6.25 profit margin for each box that you sell?
Yes.
And how does that scale as you increase your volume?
So as
Does your manufacturing costs go down?
Yes, so as we, since we're ordering such a low quantity of product right now, it's more expensive to produce. But as we order more quantity, it's going to be cheaper to produce and we'll be making more profit off each sale.
Yeah, our main goal right now is just to get people trying it and talking about it around Kelowna so we can really just build a brand, and then once we grow, that's how we get the cost down.
Great, love it. And then I really like that you're able to order a small quantity at a time and sort of try it, see how the market responds to it. So is that the plan going forward, to try different flavors and a little bit at a time?
Yeah, for sure. So when we want to introduce more flavors, we'll do the same thing as we are now. We'll introduce a smaller quantity, and then as the market kind of reacts to it, we'll then introduce that product at a more rapid pace.
I can't tell you how many different gas stations I've gone to looking for like the right flavor of Prime and all the different things like that.
Awesome. I liked that the marketing, that you really personalized the marketing, and we're gonna kind of build the brand around yourselves. But I mean, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney work when they're really good friends. What happens if there was ever a falling out? How do you insulate your brand from any such adventures?
Well, I've known this guy for probably over 10 years, so even though we've had our bumps and whatnot, we've always persevered through them, so I think that won't be an issue at all.
Yeah, I think we're professional enough too that if it did come to something like that, we could find an area that would work for both of us and make both of us happy.
So what's the partnership relationship with the maker or producer, and what stops him from heading off saying, I'm going to produce this on my own, good job marketing team, you guys did a great job selling this. Do you have some sort of proprietary rights?
So our manufacturer, his job, he doesn't sell directly to customers. He manufactures for other companies. So we don't need to worry about him going off and selling it himself.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
everyone.
I'm Sid.
And I'm Annabelle.
And we are Melody Mural.
My role at Melody Mural is the business side of the operation. I handle the financials, the marketing, and all the stuff Sid isn't smart enough for.
I'm the hands of the operation. I do the fun part, the part that Annabelle's not creative enough for. And I believe that the music you listen to says a lot about your identity, what you like, what you dislike. And I found that I hated all the posters that were available online because they felt so mass-consumed, like something you just see on a shelf at home sense.
The problem that we at Melody Mural are addressing is the lack of unique art that showcases identity.
My bedroom wall felt too similar to everybody else's, so I created a poster of my own. Took those songs and albums that I enjoy and combined them with my passion for art.
Music is a universal language that any of us can connect with. Raise your hand if you have a favorite song.
See? Now I want you to guess what % of the population listens to music on a daily basis. Go on, someone shout out a number. Close. Actually, 93% of people say that they listen to music every day. People need a way to express their love for music, and now they can.
Melody Mural is on a mission to fill this gap in the market. We take your favorite album covers and turn them into one-of-a-kind pieces that you won't find anywhere else.
Amazon has nothing on us.
We have an array of products, from single album covers to unique grid-like style that allows you to show off all of your favorite albums. Not only this, but we have innovated our products so it's featurable on more than just canvases. We provide glass, wood, tote bags, and jack accessories so you can show off your favorite tunes on the go.
Furthermore, I know what you might be thinking. Copyright. Are we going to line ourselves behind bars in a few years? After all, these aren't our original designs.
Don't worry, copyright wouldn't be why you see us in jail. We've gone to the community and connected with multiple lawyers who specialize in intellectual property law, and they've assured us that this won't be an issue.
Phew, with that out of the way, what's our target market? After conducting a survey, we found that 90% of the people interested in our product were teenagers. But after further market analysis, we've also found we've hit it off with people who grew up listening to music in the 70s, 80s, and 90s too, who also happen to have a more disposable income.
This survey also showed us that people value supporting local artists, so most of our market is right here in Kelowna.
Now, album covers as posters are not a new thing. For example, here are some on Amazon and Etsy that we researched that are selling right now.
The definition of innovation is the bringing about of a new idea, product, solution, or service, and that has a positive impact or value.
At Melody Mural, we not only innovate this concept of album covers as posters through handmade multi-material paintings,
but we're also selling nostalgia, the song from your first dance, your jam on a road trip,
the music that reminds you of the memories that we often forget,
all on top of providing no unnecessary waste to our environment. Unlike these mainstream automated mass producers, we have a customer and business connection because at Melody Mural, we have a conversation with every single one of our clients.
This business-customer connection is also a part of our marketing strategy. Setting us apart from our competition, we strive to make sure we're having these important conversations with our clientele, far more than just add to cart.
We've also pivoted our marketing strategy over to Instagram, which gives us the perfect platform for that one-on-one conversation.
Now, our business operates with the drive to create products that are not only innovative, but also exceed our customers' expectations. The steps to this are as follows.
Number 1, connect with the customer.
Number 2, outline the product.
Number 3, create the rough designs.
Number 4, bring it to life.
And number 5, deliver the customized art piece.
It's that easy.
Since starting, our business has taken on roughly $100 in startup costs. Here's a breakdown. This money went towards materials for prototyping our product, which we use to gauge the interest of our market. These will also be our reoccurring costs, which we expect to see about every month based on demand. Take a look at some of our prototypes now.
Due to the nature of our product, our prices will vary from piece to piece, but we've done our research and been in contact with local art gallery creators as well as professional artists to see what they would price our products as. As an example, here's our largest, most complicated piece to date.
This piece features 30 complex album covers with 25 hours of work going into it and about $34 in materials. Judges, how much do you think we sold this piece for? Any guesses? The answer is $300, meaning that we made a net profit of $116. This is one of our more expensive pieces, but because of the customizability, we have products starting at just $7.
At Melody Mural, we have the perfect piece for your wall
and your wallet.
Moving forward with our business, we plan to continue to keep our focus on creating quality products and having quality customer connection. And after talking to the judges in the semi-finale, we've really focused on the scalability of our product. Currently, this commission-style operation has been successful for us, but the next steps to expansion would be further innovating our product to provide prints of our original paintings online that people would have the opportunity to digitally customize. For example, a grid-style piece featuring the top albums from each decade that you could add a memory to.
As well, we are pivoting our business towards being even more environmentally friendly than it already is. We are actively researching the most eco-safe paints and materials because we value sustainability and we want our business to reflect that.
So stop wasting your time and order your custom album art from Melody Mural today. Show
Show
us
us the music.
Awesome job, thank you. I was already imagining all the different albums that I would want to put onto a piece. On your financials, you had the materials listed, but not the actual hours that it takes to do to do a particular piece. And I was wondering what that would calculate out to per hour. And then obviously, I know that you had mentioned the scalability, but then how does that actually scale?
I think Sid can probably take this question.
That's a great question. So this piece in particular, we've estimated that it took me around 25 hours, not including drying time in between. So I probably finished it in about probably 2 weeks. It was summertime, had some time on my hands, all out of school. I think we calculated for that one, we paid me around like $12 an hour because I look at it as something that's not just doing it to make money. This is something that I did in my free time already that, if I can make up money off of, great, but I love doing this. It's a passion of mine.
Great, thank you. This is really cool. And I know you love doing it, but you have to get paid too. So another question is, as you scale, I think it's great that you incorporated the feedback that you got in the first round, so that's awesome, good for you. And you're looking at print styles. Would you also consider bringing on different artists, or would you want to keep it all yourselves?
So a big thing about this is we try to keep Sid's work, and our business really focuses on the unique detail that Sid can bring to each album.
But we also have talked about, we think it can be really beneficial to bring on another artist because there's a lot of people, like I know some of you might not be artists yourselves, you might not be into collecting art yourselves, so you might not notice a huge difference if it's a different artist doing it, and so bringing on other artists can be super helpful with obviously the manufacturing of the actual product, but we do think we would create like a separate thing, like it'd be like me or this other person that you could buy it from, and we'd probably utilize like wait lists and stuff as we expand, just to make sure we're really keeping that like quality in the work with the connection and the painting itself.
Thank you.
So first of all, as an art teacher, well done.
Thank you.
Very talented. Think Mr. Pollock and Andy Warhol and people who mass-produced artwork, and particularly Andy Warhol when you think about him using Campbell soup cans and things and putting a unique face to them, so to speak, and then they became very popular. I do worry about your hourly rate as you produce complex pieces of work, and I worry a little bit about Amazon as your competitor, and particularly this kind of poster or work with AI and how people could produce their own things. Have you thought about how you would, other than the original art and making a name for yourself so that people want to collect the SIDS, right? They're after that because you made a name for yourself. How would you make sure your company was successful as you start up and building a name when you have some of that sort of competition out there today?
This is why, that is a really great question. That's why we value this customer to business connection so much, is because we can create this relationship and you can learn more about me, and then you can figure out why you would want my art in your space where you live, reflecting your identity and maybe even my identity and what the music means to you. Do you have anything else to tell that?
I think you pretty much covered it, but really what makes us stand out is how much of a conversation we can have with each client, especially since beyond just Instagram, we want to move to more in-person sales, such as this farmer's market, which would really build that connection.
Yeah, I think that the uniqueness is the differentiator. So I would actually push back against the digitalization, even some of the scale. And as you become, as you said, the wait lists for you said, as you get more and more wait lists, just charge more money for them. And from that perspective, I mean, that will be the scalability rather than losing any of that customization or the personalization.
Yeah, and my comment about a bit more mass producing isn't through digital, because that's your competitor, and I think AI is as well. So I think your personalization, the conversation you have with the client is the correct answer, so I thank you for that. That you can actually do something that's meaningful to the client. And like I say, as your name goes up and you get a wait list, then never undervalue your work. Not very many people can do this.
Okay, thank you, Annabelle and Sydney. Up next, I think what's going to happen here is that thus concludes the presentations of the top teams. So what we'll do now is I'm going to ask now we have to have some time to deliberate, let the judges duke it out and do what they're going to do. I don't envy you. It's a difficult job, and if you ask 20 people in here, they'd all have 20 different suggestions and ideas, so good luck. So the three of you, I'll ask you to leave on that side, and the teachers, I'll ask you to step out as well, if that's okay. Get out of here. And I have a treat for you. I have asked this handsome young man to come up here and speak, Mr. Lance Preeb. Yes, please. I don't want to undercut everything here, but I'm just really grateful. This is one of Kelowna's truly great entrepreneurs, and it was such a pleasure, sir, just to even chat with you briefly out there about board games. My wife knows how dear board games are to my heart. She's laughing over there. So I really, really appreciate being here, sir, and I'll let you take it away.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lance Preeb. I think I said it up there. I don't know, it's interesting. I was asked some questions, given a little quick outline. I'm supposed to entertain you for 10 minutes. So let's start the timer. Give you a little history, a little background history, how I became an entrepreneur and everything. There was no classes, nothing like this. No students, no nothing. We had air band, that was it. That was when you got on stage and did something. But there was none of this. Early in my career, I've been actually making video games and games in general for almost 25 years now. I've been running my own businesses for almost 30 years now, since actually was about 18, 19. I got kicked out of Bible college, actually, a little trivia there, so I couldn't even do college. Started my career as a graphic artist, and speaking of the art here, the art question, the students that were speaking about art and stuff, you really have to make sure you sell your worth, your time, and everything. That was a lesson I learned really early on. You have to, generally you should 3 times it, just by the way. That's the general rule in art industry, just times it by 3. It takes 1 hour, pay yourself for 1 hour, 1 hour for you to prepare and learn your skill, and 1 hour for your time to go sell your art. So it's usually times 3. I started as a graphic artist, started my own first couple companies doing graphic art, production, logos, etc. around town. I actually worked for all the radio stations in town, I worked for all sorts of different things. Got into web design, and then got into video games, Flash and internet web games. And that's where you see the first success was forming Club Penguin, starting a little game studio called Rocket Snail Games in 1999, working on a couple ideas. I was asked to share like a couple learnings that I had. I'm jumping around a lot, so you'll find that I do that quite a bit. But I got 4 points here that I'm trying to hit. First is being curious. When I started my career into games, I had this idea. It was going to be this massive multiplayer snowball war game. Yeah, that didn't happen. That was back in 1999. I started working on that for a couple of years. Put out this little small project, and it's one of the lessons. You start a company and stuff, do it all in small steps. Try lots and lots of different versions of it. Go with small little projects, keep building off of those and build more and more projects. I started with this little world with penguins that walked around, talked, and threw snowballs. Put it out on the internet, became the coolest site of the day, won tons of awards. This was early 2000, before cloud computing, before phones, before everything. There was no Amazon. By the way, Facebook came out after Cloud Penguin. Most people forget that. So we were way back there. Had over 1 million players, couldn't afford the bandwidth, had to close the whole company. So that's my, 8th company by this time. Kept working on that project, and eventually 4 years later, tinkering with it, small changes to it, figured out how to scale it to millions of users, and then partnered with Lane and Dave in town here, and we launched Club Penguin in 2005, and from there it went huge. We actually were a team of about 5 of us, grew to over 1,000 people running it, and then sold to the Walt Disney Company in 2007. It's one of my larger successes, but then it continues from there. After Club Penguin, I learned to scale companies and working with larger groups. Went on to saw this next opportunity of mobile gaming coming out. These little phones came out. I remember watching Steve Jobs walk on stage 2008 saying, I got this little device, this magical little device. And I said, oh, I gotta build games for that. So left the Walt Disney Company in 2010. Started tinkering with mobile phones and how you could build games in 2010. Formed Hyper Hippo, that was my next studio, in 2010, 2011. We started working on some initial projects, and if you've played Adventure Capitalist, Adventure Communist, those are our leading products. We're one of Apple's top 100 game developers, and we're frequently on the charts around the world developing mobile games and companies. That's my next company, continuing. But of course, I get bored. So I'm always curious, always tinkering, always working on the next thing. Continued to try new endeavors, got into feature films, movies, productions, animations, different companies as you go as an entrepreneur, starting more and more companies, and just constantly being curious, and working on, just kept working on things. I don't know where else I'm going to go with this. I'm hoping for some questions here actually soon, but really I just wanted to encourage you kids. You're at the beginning of your entrepreneurship. It's a wonderful career. It's got some risks to it. It's a little scary sometimes. I'll be honest too, it's a little lonely too. A lot of people you'll sit there going, what are you doing that for? Nobody needs that. That's why you're building it. Because you see an opportunity and you're going for it. But you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna tell you, no, you can't do that. So you're gonna have to leap ahead. And you're gonna find out that being way out in front, of course there's nobody else there. So it's kind of lonely. Get involved, get connected, be friends with all the other entrepreneurs in town, collaborate. It's great. You guys were like friends, and each of your friends. Stick together because you're gonna need someone, and you'd be amazed. All these companies that I've run and started, it's always forming with a great partner, great friendships throughout the years and building it. That's it, really. This was a fast talk. I don't know where to go with it.
No, it's good. I have a question.
You said 10 minutes.
No, it's good. If you were to look back and be able to talk to your 16 or 17-year-old self, what's the number one piece of advice you give? Is there anything that, and it doesn't have to be necessarily related to entrepreneurship, is there any one thing that you would say, hey, it's going to be all right, or?
I would tell myself, stop worrying about things. You're going to think that you're awkward and weird and strange and different, and people aren't going to like it, and they're going to tell you it doesn't work, and they're going to tell you, I was talking to someone the other day, because I took a call this morning on crypto games and NFTs and cybercrime, all this controversial stuff where everybody's like, no, don't do that, that's evil. And I sit here laughing about my career going, yeah, I got into internet just before the tech bubble. I was told over and over, this is a fad, it will never happen, it's a scam, don't do it, nobody can do internet, no one's ever gonna do it. And of course that became really good. Then I got into like building a massive multiplayer for children, an online game. Once again, I have national newspapers that have articles that says, this is the dumbest idea, it should never happen, it won't work, you can't do it. There we go again. Left that, went to mobile games. There's actually a letter from Apple, not to us, but Apple, saying no one's ever gonna play a game on the iPhone. Written by Steve Jobs. The iPhone was not made for games. Oh, okay, done really well with games on iPhone. We've been told that you can't give away a game for free, so the whole free-to-play game model is evil, it's dark, it's sinister. The whole game industry was against us. Console games, Sony, Microsoft, Xbox, etc. You can't make a business building free-to-play games. Did that. Then I'm on this call this morning going about crypto and Bitcoin. I'm like, do I have to do something new again? That's weird and awkward, and everybody's going to tell me you can't do it again. So as you go through life, you're going to get this pushback constantly, and you're going to feel like you're strange and awkward. Just go for it. Have fun. It's a blast. Yeah, so that's what I would turn to my 17-year-old. Stop thinking so seriously.
You talked about Club Penguin being possibly your biggest success.
That's fine. If you measure success in finance and size and impact, yes. My personal goal is to delight, inspire 1 billion fans that play games. Club Penguin got me to 350 million fans, so I got a ways to go still.
What would be your biggest failure in business, and what did you learn from it, if that's okay to ask?
Biggest failure?
I've
created over 18 companies. Most don't work. I've worked on over 200 game projects. Let's just say that about 5 of them actually make money. Biggest failures? If I was to just narrow it down what happened, it's really just poor partnering. I jumped in and went with a partner that just didn't work. Either we were too alike, and therefore we didn't look at our blind spots and cover ourselves, or we weren't aligned to where our vision was going, where we wanted to accomplish. Something amazing about my partner Elaine Merrifield, the other co-founder of Club Penguin. A lot of people say, aren't you guys the best friends or something? We actually don't hang out or do anything together. We're very opposite, but what made Club Penguin so successful is I knew that I could just focus on the product, and he could focus on the business. And we had so much covered, because when things come, problems, issues, complications came, one of us could just raise our hand up and start working on it, because we covered each other so well. And I've actually bugged him over coffee a couple times. I said, we should partner up and do another project. I think it'd do really well now that we've got some experience under our belt. That one was, a bunch of novices. Questions from the audience? Yeah?
You said before Club Penguin was successful, you started 8 companies. If they weren't successful, what kept you motivated to begin another one afterwards?
Oh, because why of the 8? Well, because every time, it's always you guys will get this lesson over and over. You keep hearing things like, like failure's good, fail fast, all those words, right? Yeah, they're fun. Those make nice t-shirts. The best analogy I ever got told about failure, it wasn't really failure. It's about, you guys go to the gym, work out, you try to do a chin-up. Your goal is like 10 chin-ups. You only do 3, and you're exhausted. Let's call that a failure. Really, that's what it is in business or being an entrepreneur or anything like that. You basically start your first company and you go, oh, I want to do this. I want to make enough money that I can quit my day job. No, that didn't work. And what happens is, just like working out in the gym, your body now, the tears, the injury, the failure creates the muscle or the skills or the abilities now. The next time you do it, well, you do 5 chin-ups. And then next time you do it, oh, I can do 8 chin-ups. Next time you do it, you get your 10 chin-ups, if that's your definition of success, is that 10. But you gain this, each time I've gone through the cycle, I've actually been writing in my notebook saying, I think I should almost like exit all my companies in 3 years after every time I start one. Just the simple fact of each time I start one, I now bring all the experience of the last groups of companies to it. And it gets more and more just incredible. It's just, I hope that answers that question. That's how I've struggled with that one. I actually own a t-shirt, like fail fast, all that stuff. But it's the best was the gym analogy. You're building that muscle to gain the strength to be able to do it. So when you really fail is when you give up. You just stop. You didn't take what you learned and move forward. Boy, did I learn a lot from Club Penguin. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. I went to the hospital for that one.
Will you ever revisit one of your old failed companies with the experience you have today?
All the time. Pretty much every one of my new companies is a version of my last couple companies. If the question is, do I go back to my old products? I try to. Some of them I actually put back on the shelf and they're failed and they never worked. And now when I look in the market, I go, oh, I can see it now. I went, that was the wrong time, or I had the wrong talent, or I had the wrong targeted audience, or I went to the wrong market. So even right now with a couple of my projects I'm working on, I'm just targeting in the Asian markets. Because I'm like, actually I'm finding success in Asia, not in North America. The player game pattern is different. So I'm like, wow, okay. So this is where I went first time wasn't the right way to go. So I'm going this way now. Thank you.
So when you sold Club Penguin to Walt Disney, what was the negotiation of the sale process like? Like how
Process?
Yeah, how long did it take you? How do you determine price?
This is actually really fast. Originally it wasn't about sale or anything. We were growing really, really fast. As a company, we were already financially fine. It was a scaling problem. We were running actually into, the first problem we actually ran into was the legend goes. I wasn't on the phone. Lane was. Walmart gave us a call and said, where's your toys for the next season? We went, we don't know how to do toys. Especially Walmart's rules, which is please make an aisle of toys for every Walmart in the world, shipped simultaneously for Christmas. We're like, yeah, okay. That's terrifying. We didn't know how to do that. Immediately after that was another phone call from the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger himself, saying, hey, I heard you don't know how to make toys.
Bob Iger.
Yeah. They all know. They have it on their radars. What are kids interested in and who wants to buy what for what shelves. And Walt Disney Company, interestingly, is one of the largest toy makers in the world. So that's where the conversations actually started. It started with how can we help you, how can we partner? And we noticed we don't have that ability. And then it continued as we kept talking with them, learning about manufacturing toys, merchandise. Then we started learning our next problem was global scale. At that time, please remember, when Club Penguin was running, there was no Amazon Cloud, no AWS, no Google stuff, no Facebook, no nothing. We were trying to figure out how to set up servers in Brazil, in Europe, in Australia, in Asia, physical data centers, build them ourselves with staff and employ them. And it was hard. So we started talking with Disney, and they're already there. They had teams in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which was our second largest market, was Brazil. And we needed to get in there. As we joined the Walt Disney Company or got acquired, they actually employed over 1,000 people at the Brazil office just alone. They were able to scale us up so fast. The deal process took about 6 months. The due diligence was about 3 to 4. The first couple months was actually just partnership talk, and then it went into actually we want to purchase you, and then it went to.
So was that a difficult decision for you, yourself?
No. We were laser focused on how do we scale with the audience, and we couldn't keep up with our own audience. There was so much opportunity ahead of us, and we couldn't do it. Lane often talks in a conference and I agree with him wholeheartedly, is we were able to like run our company to give itself like an elementary school education and a high school education, but we weren't able to give it a degree or a university degree. Couldn't get to that level of business in that speed. I'm talking in less than a year, we grew to that speed. Anyone else?
Oh, I have one question.
Sure.
Why Kelowna? You could live anywhere in the world, and this is a question
Am I
I've asked.
still in Kelowna, or why did I start in Kelowna?
No, but like you've traveled. I imagine you traveled outside of Kelowna, and you could probably, like I'm gonna be honest, you could probably afford to live anywhere. Why do you live here, sir?
All my studios are actually completely remote now. We have no physical office. Our teams are everywhere. The Hyper-Info team is actually, we're actually just registering in Ontario right now to set up our own for tax credits and things in the Ontario system. We have so many employees in Ontario. We're across the nation and the United States. I just pick here because this is just a fun place to play. Like, I love skiing, I love hiking, I like golf, I like doing things here. So why would I go somewhere else? I visit Vancouver because then you avoid the rain. All right, I'll head out.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, without further ado, I will say first off, thank you, Mr. Preeb. I appreciate you coming here. So one more time for Lance. Looks like the judges are back. The kids are getting a little excited, but it's palpable. Lots of money to be made here. None of it for me. I love it because it's so subjective, right? There's no objectivity to it, but then we can quantify it in some way, but really it's all about qualification. So I will bring up the one and only Superintendent Cardell to announce the winners.
Thank you so much, and we almost could still be out there deliberating. Every year that I've come here, we started with about 50 kids doing what we call Dragon's Den there, and then I was worried about copyright, so I asked the team to shift the name, and they did that work, and it became IGEN. And we're now at over 500. And no pressure, Tyler and team, but I'm looking for 2,000. So keep the work going. This is fantastic. You know, 90% plus of our local economy is small business and entrepreneurs. And so really this program is actually preparing people for the future. I often talk to the presidents and the vice president, principal, and vice provost at the university, Leslie Cormack and Neil Fasman. We talk about how we can pre-K to postgraduate make one of the smartest places to live, because it is a phenomenal place to play. And I really like to hear about that. And part of that means you have to develop one of the most educated communities that you can. And you have to create business. And that's who's here today. So everyone who participated, I want to say, is a winner, and it was an incredibly difficult decision from these finalists. We can see why you made them finalists. And I have to say, every year, the presentations get better and better. So I'm going to actually start out in third place, and then we'll go to second place. And actually, Tyler, if you can come in, you can pull out certificates, so I don't have to do all that hard technical work. And we are honored to announce. Drum roll, please, somebody. There we go. Third place was I Tutor Friends from OKM. Want to come up? And we're going to keep them on stage to the right so we get a final picture at the end. Congratulations. Okay, well done. And now another drum roll. There we go. And in second place was Pro Performance from Mount Boucherie Secondary. Congratulations. I'll be ordering those drinks, I'm just saying. And in first place was Sorathic Stationery from RSS. And again, I can't say enough. How difficult the judging was, because all of the presenters tonight did a phenomenal job, and all of them presented products or services that we actually think will become businesses in the future. And we look forward to you coming back and saying, hey, look, we're now global babysitting service, or we're now organizing offices, home offices all over the world, and you can come and be a guest speaker here, whether you won today's prize or not. And of course, those of you who were fortunate enough to win, congratulations, and we look forward for great things in the future.
We're going to turn on the lights and take a picture, because right now the writing's on your face.
Yeah, and then we also have the Teachers Award right now, so if I can ask the teachers to come up and present. Do you want to present? No? You present, you guys.
Okay, this one was based, I wasn't planning on talking. This one was decided based on market research. We saw a lot of great research from a lot of the teams. We were looking for both primary and secondary research, talking to customers as well as researching your product and where it belongs. And the team with the best market research this year, winning $500, was Amiga.
Yeah, on the writing on their faces. Do you know what we can do?
Go get in line. Get in line. There we go. Hold up the thing. So yes, and I must say that the market research is a new award, so I think that's an outstanding addition to this competition. And so thank you so much, and thank you judges, and you guys were incredible. And can we thank all the staff who make this a reality? If we give them a big round of applause. Okay, so we're going to get photos. Who wants to direct photos?
Someone said, we were struggling. All the writing was across your faces, but if you guys all want to step a foot forward, I think you'll be under the lights a little better. Thank you very much.
Okay, great job.
Mr. Jensen needs to be in there. Oh, you are. Thank you so much, everybody.
So enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone, and we'll see you at IGEN next year.
I know we hired you, Carol, thank you for a fabulous job, but yeah, we didn't get all the answers out there. Do you want these kind of going out, or we should?
Hey, don't, no, why not?